completed the hardest mental toughness program made by Andy Frisela called 75 Hard, and I'm here to tell you guys the results, what I've learned, and all that good stuff. But first, let's start off with the rules. Rule number 1 is that you must complete 2 workouts. Both have to be 45 minutes. One has to be outdoors. The other one can either be outdoors, indoor, doesn't matter, but one must be outdoors. Doesn't matter the weather, gotta do it. Number 2 is you must drink 1 gallon of water every single day, and you cannot add any flavors to that water, just plain water. 1 gallon every day. Read 10 pages of a self-improvement book. Choose a diet and stick to it. And no cheat meals whatsoever. Those are the rules for 75 Hard, and here's my story on the 75 Hard journey. If you are new here, hi, I'm Jessica. First off, I'm 26 years old, and this is my second time completing 75 Hard. If you've been on this channel, I have attempted 75 Hard. I completed it once, attempted it twice, failed. One was because of a progress picture that I had forgotten, and then I forgot the other reason. I was training for a half marathon and decided to focus more so on my half marathon, and then, which are excuses, but just giving a little backstory. And then currently I just completed my second time ever of 75 Hard. So yeah. So for day 1, usually this is the time when I do my progress picture. I also do my measurements just so I can compare this to the last day. So here's some footage of me doing the measurements. I measured my arms, my waist, my lower tummy, my chest, my neck, and my thighs. So here are my measurements. And then my weigh-in for this day was 214 pounds. I did measurements and I also did the scale. And that is because sometimes the scale doesn't exactly always reflect all your hard work. For the most part, I feel like sometimes it does, but I decided to also do the measurements because that was something I was also interested in. I forgot, but I also did a mile time as a, I guess, form of measurement. So around sometime in April, I want to say mid or late April, I did decide to track my mile. So here is my mile time before in the beginning of 75 Hard, and here is my mile time. And now this is the first time that I've gotten under 10 minutes since having my 2 kids. So another thing that I'm so proud of. For week 1 of this challenge, since like I said, I've done 75 Hard a couple times and I've been through week 1 a couple times. Week 1 has always been the easiest for the most part for me, and it's because I feel like week 1 and sometimes 2, you just run on excitement. It's something new, something that you just are so excited for. So you're just like, all right, I can do it. You just have this motivation that's through the roof. But this is a mental toughness, and it teaches you discipline. So that does not last very long, or as long as I hope that it would have. But that's usually how I'm running on the first week of 75 Hard. Just pure excitement. I'm so motivated to do it. I'm here for the long run, and that's usually how the first week goes. Usually in the first week, I think it's normal for a lot of people to lose the most amount of weight because a lot of it's water weight, and then your body is usually just completely going into something new. So I do tend to lose the most weight on the first week, but as the weeks go on, I usually lose 1 or 2 pounds or no pounds. But yeah, so first week I lost 5 pounds, pure excitement. That was week 1. Week 2, I still was running on a little bit of excitement, but my period came, and once a period comes, I'm just not in the mood to work out. I'm not in the mood to do anything, honestly. But you still have to push through it, and there's no excuses that you can make. So kept going, even though I struggled through it, still kept going. It was hard. I mean, the name fits the challenge perfectly, but yeah. So on my period the second week, a struggle week. I feel bloated. I don't feel very good, and that is how week 2 went. Just completed my workout, 45 minutes. I am bloated. I feel terrible, gassy, all of that, and I'm still out here working out. One thing that helps me continue to stay motivated on these really rough days is actually listening to Andy Frisela's podcast. I listened to the portion that's 75 hard versus, and then it's a person that he chose for, I guess, that episode. And it just reminds you, I think it's a quick reminder on why we're staying disciplined, and it reminds you why you're doing this. So I really needed that today. Honestly, I wanted to do something extremely easy, but like I said, sometimes when you listen to that man, he's just like, you need to get your butt out there. If you don't exercise your muscle, it's not going to go anywhere. And then I get reminded of what I want, what are my goals, and I'm not going to get there not exercising my discipline muscle. So keep on going, guys. I'm with you if you guys are doing this. Day 11 almost complete. Week 3, I struggled a lot with time management, getting in those workouts earlier, because sometimes, the workouts do have to be spaced out. They can't be back to back. I can't do 45 minutes and then go watch a 30-minute show and do my next 45 minutes. They do have to be spaced out. I just started losing track of my time management, and a lot of this happened was because one of my kids got sick. And when one of my kids gets sick, especially when it comes to fevers, I tend to like put an alarm every 2 hours. I cannot sleep usually, but I do also put an alarm so I can check their temperatures throughout the night. I really just do not like fevers, so I struggle a lot when my kids get sick when it comes to me sleeping. I just can't sleep when my kids are asleep, and honestly, that threw all my time management out the window. But like I said, I can't use that as an excuse, so I still kept going even though I was tired this week. I really struggled this week with time management, but this challenge just showed me that, like, regardless of what's going on in your life, sometimes you just have to keep sometimes you still have to keep pushing yourself through. And you're not always going to have that motivation, and you really have to rely on your discipline on those really bad days. It did not go as expected. I did expect to do more like food planning, but one of my kids got sick this week, so I didn't really film much after those clips. That was earlier in the week, and then after that, I didn't really film at all. Kind of at the point where I'm kind of like, I kind of can't wait till it's done. But I just need to get over these next few days. It could be just I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping well, because when your kids are sick, it's hard to sleep. So I would say moving forward from that, like from week 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think it took me a while to actually get back on schedule, because at the time when my kid got sick, that it lasted a lot longer than I feel like I expected. I had taken him to the doctor, the urgent care, and I feel like they didn't really know what was going on. My kid is a lot better now, but it took me a while to like get back in that pattern, because I'm still just like trying to make sure that he's okay. I'm like, like I said, it took me a while to get back on the schedule. I think it's more so like a me problem, not my kid. I think I'm a very worrisome person, so I struggled a lot with the sleeping and getting back to a schedule or routine that I liked. And because I struggled with everything, that pushed everything else in my life. Like, I get loads of laundry. I feel like I was struggling cleaning, and I just feel like everything was just pushed back. All my workouts are getting done at night, and it was just a struggle for me during those weeks. But I feel like towards the end of 75 hard, so around maybe even week 8 is when I feel like things kind of started getting back to normal. Even though my schedule was kind of getting back to normal, I was still tired, but this is when I was trying to start waking up early, because one thing that 75 hard teaches you is time management. You realize that you do have a lot of time throughout your day to get all these things done, and I feel like it's a real eye-opener on finding out how much time you actually have to do all these things. So this is the time that I was trying to get up earlier. And I also realized around this time that I no longer had sugar cravings. I remember I was thinking, like, what am I gonna eat, like, whenever I'm done with 75 hard? Like, what would be my great, like, big meal? And then I was kind of like, well, I don't really want cake. Don't want any cookies. Don't want any ice cream. I don't want any brownies. I was kind of like, that's when I realized that my sugar cravings kind of went away. I feel like for a long time I was always craving sugar, and especially like around my periods when I'm like craving ice cream. My husband usually gets me ice cream around this time. I realized that around this time, like, I no longer had that craving for sugar, and which I find as like a good thing. Like, I'm a couple days out of 75 hard currently, and I feel like it's easy for me to deny sugar for the most part. So I really think that 75 hard also took away my sugar cravings. The last weeks of 75, so like 8, 9, 10, 11, I was kind of just like over it. I could not wait until it was over, especially that last week. I feel like the last 2 weeks really test your patience, and you're just like, I'm so close. And I found myself asking myself, and I'll even ask my husband, like, why am I doing this? Like, I could literally just stop right now and I could just break it like this. Like, I can go get a cookie cake or go eat something that will just break it just so I could be done with it. And I was like, why am I doing this? Like, especially even like on day 70, somewhere around there, I was just like, why am I still doing this? Like, I can literally quit. Like, I feel like I've proven myself already. Like, why am I still going? And those are like questions that I would ask myself. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still continued to do it. Like I said, I made day 75 and I completed 75, but I started questioning myself, like, what am I doing here? Like, why did I sign up for this? But yeah, that was like towards the end of the week. I really think you go through like a high where you're just like, I'm so excited to do this. I got all the motivation in the world. Then you go through the low, and then you finally get back up again, and then you just crash. And then once you get to that last day, you're like, okay, let's just finish it off, and you're done. So yeah, and then around the last week, that's when I signed up for a 5K. I really do think it gives me the confidence to be like, well, if I completed this, I can definitely do that. So I feel like that happened the first time, because that's when I did 75 hard the first time. I had also signed up for a 5K, signed up for a 10K, and after 75, I signed up for a half, and I've completed all 3, and now I'm just back in that where I just signed up for a 5. I'm gonna sign up for a 10 and a half marathon. So it gives you that motivation, and it makes you think like, hey, I can actually do this. Like, there's nothing that is too hard to do. That is what 75 does. It gives you that good self-esteem, self-boost. It boosts your confidence, and you just feel really good about yourself, and you just really just start to believe in yourself, like, I actually can do this. So I kind of feel the same way like I did last time. I don't think that anything, I just feel like every time that I do 75 hard, I don't think it will ever beat the first time that I did it. And I think that it taught me so much, and kind of like doing it another time and another time. It will never beat the first time. The first time, I feel like I was very low. I was diagnosed with depression, was told to get on Wellbutrin, which I don't have anything against medication, but I did decide to go on running and fixing my health, and then I found 75 hard. It was around June 12th, and then June 19th was when I started 75 hard. I think June 12th was when I was at the doctor's, and they had told me to get on medication, therapy, and like I said, I don't have anything against it, but I did try running first and a lot of other things, and it was difficult at first, but nothing will beat, I guess, the first time that I did 75 hard. But now I do plan on doing 75 hard, but for this, I do plan on doing 75 hard at least once a year for the rest of my life. I really want to challenge myself to do it in the winter, in the cold time, because those are the times that I failed. I feel like the reason that I didn't fail this time was because it was in the summer, spring, and it was warm outside. But I do struggle to get my butt outside when it is cold. I guess confidence wise, it boosted up my confidence. My mental health is feeling great. It has felt great since the first time I done it. And I just continue to feel good, motivated, energized. And even though my motivation was like this throughout it, I continued to stick through it. And I got to see my mental results and physical results. So now, speaking of physical results, the reason that I feel like a lot of people clicked on this video is for the physical results, because it's kind of hard to explain what's going on in my brain, but you can see physical results. So here is the physical results. So week 1, I was 214 pounds. Like I said, I am 5'6", and on day 75, I ended up at a 198, still 5'6", and this is the first time I actually hit under 200 pounds since about like 3 years ago. So 2020 was the last time. 2021 was the last time that I was under 200 pounds. And that was a very big accomplishment for me, because before 75 hard, I kind of just like didn't think that I would get that low. I know that I would try, but I've always told myself like I fail at everything. And once I found this, I was like, finally something that I didn't fail at. And I was just excited. I wasn't as excited as I thought I would be. I thought I would be like in tears when I finally hit under 200, but I kind of like just saw it and I was like, okay, that's cool. But I don't know how much that cut off. But so my neck was a little bit over 13.5 inches. Arm was 12. Upper thigh was 26.5. Lower was 24. Chest was 39.5. My lower body, or like my lower tummy, was 45 inches. And then my, I guess, lowest part or smallest part of my tummy, so like my waist, was around 36, 37, closer to 37 inches though. And those are my results. So if you're wondering if I'll do this again, yes, I do plan on doing it every year. I actually really enjoy doing 75 hard. I don't think I would do it multiple times in a year, even though this time I feel like I did do this 75 hard. I've done 2 75 hards in about a year. This, I think that I wouldn't, but I do plan on doing it at least once a year, and I want to challenge myself hopefully next year. And I think my husband might take it on with me, but I do want to try it in the winter. So I will be doing this again. And if you're wondering what I'm going to be up to next, I guess next up, because I feel like I'm still on that discipline mode and I want to go ahead and take advantage of the fact that I'm feeling high on it, I am going to be doing a 75 soft challenge, and I will be comparing the two, and I will be completely honest if it's worth doing 75 soft. I for a long time was hesitant, because I'm like I said, I'm a pretty big fan of 75 hard, and Andy Frisela's podcast on the 75 hard versus something really motivates me. So sometimes I'm just like, I think he would be disappointed if I did 75 soft. But I do want to try it, because they say, from what I've seen videos on, is that it is more catered towards women, because when we get on our periods, it's a little bit more lenient. So I will be starting 75 soft, and I will be comparing the two. But if you guys want to see that, go ahead and stick around and click subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about 75 hard. Most questions, if you have questions on the rules, a lot of stuff are on his website, where I think you could just ask a question and he has, I feel like, most of it answered. But I think one rule is that, like, especially when it comes, oh, I also forgot, I didn't mention the diet that I chose was intermittent fasting. My windows were between 8:30 and 6:30, but I did wake up late most of the time, so I usually ate like around 10 or 11. So that was my intermittent fasting. For the book, I chose to read the Bible, and I did check on his website to see if that was okay, because I know it was like self-improvement, which I think a Bible is considered self-improvement, and on his website it said it was fine. So I did read the Bible, and then I think I have every category. I drink all my water, no alcohol, no cheat meals. Yeah, intermittent fasting is what I did. But anyways, thank you guys for watching another 75 hard video. If you're here and you like 75 content, I do plan on doing it once a year. So if you want to see me take it on again, I will do it again. 75 soft journey is coming up next, and I will be comparing the two, and I'll be completely honest. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in next week's videos. I try to post every Thursday. I'm trying to stay disciplined on that too. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If by chance Andy Frisela is watching this, thank you so much for changing my life.